Everyone loves a good anime movie. Some make you excited, some make you cry, some make you just feel good. The movies I will be talking about today are some of my favorite movies that you need to watch. There is a mixture of all genres in my choices. This list isn't in any order as well, but I have made sure that the same director doesn't have two movies on the list to make it fair. Also, there's no anime series movies on here either. With that being said, let's begin. Sword of the Stranger being produced by Studio Bones, this movie came out in 2007 and this movie just blows me away every time I watch it or think about it. The score is just incredible as well as the choreography of some of the fights. I mean, just watch and listen to this. This movie is based around the Sengoku period, and it follows a young orphan named Kotaro and his trusted dog Tobimaru, who is being hunted by mean Chinese swordsmen. Running into Nanashi, which translates to nameless, a Ronin, he helps protect the young boy from the Ming warriors. There's many things that happen in this movie that I personally don't want to spoil you on. You can tell by the scenes I am playing now. Bones put their heart and soul into this movie, and I'm glad that it's got the recognition it deserves. If you are on a lookout for a movie with some fantastic sword fights and a gripping story based in feudal Japan, please let this be added to your watch list. It's well worth the ride that you accepted to get on. A Silent Voice was produced by Kyoto Animation and was released back in 2016. This movie deals with some really hard topics such as unaliving, bullying, disability, and mental health. It is a movie that will stay on your mind for many days and keeps you thinking about not only yourself, but life in general. It starts off with our main character Shoya, who is enjoying his elementary school days with his friends. Then one day a new student comes and joins the class. Her name is Shoko, and you find out that she is deaf. This makes Shoya decide to relentlessly bully Shoko, pushing her around, mocking her, calling her all kinds of really nasty stuff. At one point she gets hearing aids and Shoya just rips them out of her ear and she starts bleeding. Later on, Shoko and Shoya gets into a physical altercation and ends up leaving for a new school altogether. We fast forward to Shoya being in high school and regretting his life decisions because he too has been bullied through the rest of his elementary school days because of what happened with Shoko. He intends to unalive himself. At the very last second, before falling down in the water, fireworks start to shoot up in the air and explode, making him realize to just want to make amends with everyone he did wrong when he's older. This movie broke me on the first watch. The story hits close to home and it is something so realistic. How the characters interact with each other later on in the movie, the psychological drama that happens, the score in these hard-hitting scenes. Kyoto Animation did a fantastic job portraying the manga like this. There is just something very special about this movie, and it is a movie that will stick with you for many years. I had the privilege of watching it in theaters, and it was an experience I will gladly cherish for the rest of my life. I highly recommend watching this movie whenever you get the time. I promise, through all the heartache, it's worth it in the end. Ah, shit. Here we go. A heavy hitter this one is. Your Name by the most famous Makoto Shinkai came out in 2016, and boy, when it released, it made waves in the anime fandom and the industry as a whole. Without getting into too many spoilers, this movie, it follows Mitsuha and Taki, who, despite have never met in their lives, starts to swap bodies, and they both don't know why. The movie starts with a comet plummeting down into Japan with one of the most gorgeous scenes I've ever seen on the big screen. I will also say that this was possibly one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen in my life. The animation, the art style to this movie is bar none incredible. It also became the third highest grossing Japanese film of all time, so there's some trivia for you. If I talk anymore, I will start falling into spoilers, and I never want to shut up about this amazing romance movie, so there you go. Also, the music is by freaking Radwimps. It has some of the best tracks in anime in my opinion, and I had the soundtrack on loop for like a year. I don't know what to tell you. You have to watch it at some point. You can see why there's so much hype for this movie and why people praise it in such high degree. It's a fantastic watch, and I will gladly rewatch it with friends who have never seen it before. All around, a must watch for anyone, anime fan or not. This last entry is one of my favorite movies of all time. I hold this movie to such high regard and I want more people to know about this movie. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas came out in 2018 and I actually got to see this movie in theaters as well on opening night. This was the most excited I've been about a movie in a long time and it didn't disappoint. Hell, I've made both my best friend and my sister watch this movie and they hate me for it. This movie follows an unnamed male school student who finds a book on the floor of a hospital and decides to read it. We find out it was Sakura's journal, a classmate of his. This is where we find out about Sakura's terminal illness in her pancreas. Helping her keep her mind off of it and deciding to begrudgingly be her friend, we figure out that there is more to their relationship than we first thought. I could go on and on about this movie. It's just an incredible flick that makes you feel things that you never want to feel in your life. The story, in my opinion, is honestly one of the best. It knows how to play with all your emotions. This movie plays you like a fiddle, and seeing more and more people talking about it, it puts a smile to my face. Out of all of these movies, if there is one you absolutely need to watch, it has to be I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Don't sleep on this movie. I just want to say thank you so much for watching me talk about 4 of my favorite anime movies. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting on my shorts and my long form videos. You guys are incredible. If you guys want to hear my suffering of really bad anime or want to see my top 5 spring anime of this year, click on either one of these videos. Have a wonderful rest of the day.